In one of his famous short stories, science fiction author Kurt Vonnegut uses an intriguing plot twist. The author, Vonnegut himself, decides to go down into the pages of his book in order to meet his favorite character. At this point in the book, the favorite character is sitting at a bar, calmly nursing a drink. Suddenly, he is overcome by a tremendous feeling of anxiety and apprehension. He senses that something is about to enter the room, and that something is the author, Vonnegut. Imagine the shock of the favorite character. To say the least, his encountering his creator would occasion a profound crisis of identity. Finding out that he is only a character in a story would force him to make major adjustments in his way of thinking. For 2,000 years, Orthodox Christianity has maintained that Vonnegut's imaginary plot is actually true. Coming down into space, Palestine, and time about 4 BC, God did what Vonnegut imagined and entered the human story as one of its characters. This event, God coming into the world and taking on human flesh, is known as the Incarnation. The Incarnation is one of the major ways God has been revealed to us. And so, the Armenian Church celebrates it each year on January 6th, on the feast commonly called Christmas. Christmas in the Armenian Church, however, is actually a culmination of events related to Christ's incarnation, and as such, it goes by the name Theophany, Աստվածահայտնություն in Armenian, meaning the revelation of God. Theophany, Աստվածահայտնություն, is the central theme of the Christmas season in the Armenian Church. Here in America, Christmas is often associated with the baby Jesus, or referred to as Jesus' birthday. But the Theophany celebration in the Armenian Church celebrates more than the infant Christ. It also commemorates the baptism of the adult Christ in the River Jordan. The Armenian Church celebrates these two separate events, one from Jesus' infancy and one from his adulthood, because both these events are critical turning points in the story of the revelation of God to the world. At his birth, Jesus revealed God in human flesh. At his baptism, Jesus revealed God's divine action in this world. He was revealed as the Son of God and the second person of the Trinity when the Holy Spirit descended upon him and the voice of the Father spoke, saying, "This is my Son, in whom I am well pleased." A ceremony called Blessing of Water is conducted in the Armenian Church on the Feast of Theophany to commemorate Christ's baptism.
My earliest experiences of Christmas in the Armenian Church was a sense of wonder. Entering into the church Christmas Eve and seeing the majesty, experiencing the blessing of the water with the priest holding this beautiful bejeweled cross and then plunging it into the water and then drawing forward afterwards, receiving some of that blessed water and not knowing every detail of what was happening, but realizing that this water was different than any other drink of water that you might have. It was the smell of the muron, it was the environment, it was being with family, it was knowing that God is in our presence, that God is revealed among us. This is the meaning of God's love for us, expressed in the service of the celebration of Christ's baptism in the River Jordan.
The day of this major feast in the Armenian Church is January 6th. It is frequently asked why Armenians do not celebrate Christmas on December 25th. Of course, the exact date of Christ's birth has not been historically established. It is not recorded in the Gospels or in any other historical source. However, for the first 4 centuries, all Christian churches celebrated Christ's birth on January 6th. According to Roman Catholic sources, in the 4th century, the date was changed from January 6th to December 25th due to conflicts with pagan religions in the West. However, because Armenia was immune to these conflicts, there was no need to change the date. And so, January 6th remained in Armenia as the day to celebrate the revelation of God to the world.
Being Armenian, we would go to the church on Christmas Eve, January 5th, and the church would be packed and the lights would be on and the candles would be lit. And the priest would be so beautifully vested in his vestments. And I remember thinking, this is different. My friends don't do this. This is something unique for us. It was just a real sense of comfort knowing that this is the moment that God has come among us, that God is present with us, that God is on earth and earth has been taken into heaven.
But Christmas in the Armenian Church isn't just different because it's celebrated on a different day. The focus on Theophany, Աստվածահայտնություն, on God being revealed to the world, is what makes Christmas in the Armenian Church unique. Theophany is more than just a birthday party for the baby Jesus. It is the awesome wonder of beholding God's presence in the world in a very real way. It is God in human flesh, God walking the earth, God breaking into each of our lives, intimately, personally, powerfully, miraculously.
In the Armenian Church, the celebration of Theophany is really invitational. We're invited each day to essentially live Christmas, to be and make known God's love in this world. God's love is revealed each day, in every time you love, every time you sacrifice, every time you're patient, every time you offer an ear of understanding, and every time you share in someone's joy or sorrow, God's love is revealed. The celebration of the birth and the revelation of God points to a larger truth, that the revelation of God, indeed the revelation of love, was then and is now very much needed.